Hey everyone, welcome back. Got another online battle for you today. We've got a 3v3. We've got the Dark Elves, the Chaos, and where's the other sneaky guy? I think there was two lots of Dark Elves. Yeah, two lots of Dark Elves and Chaos in this battle. Versing the Dwarves, the Vampires, and the Bretonians. So let's have a quick look at their army compositions. So the Chaos have brought lots of large units by the looks. Chaos Trolls, Chaos Spawn, Dragon Ogres, and then lines of Chaos Warhounds with poison. Their lord being Collect Sun Eater. So he's going for a very large build. We'll see how that works out. The first Dark Elf has gone for front line of Black Ark Corsairs, so I guess he's going to retreat those before they get engaged to try and use all their ammunition first and then bring them into melee combat. Because their melee stats aren't too bad. Then he's got a small front line of Blackguard and Nagarond, Witch Elves, and another Blackguard and Nagarond, with a Kalanite Assassin and Malekith just on foot. Okay, the other Dark Elf. Oh, the Chaos also has a Hell Cannon and a Shadow Chaos Sorcerer. Some Harpies in the back from one of the Dark Elves. The other Dark Elf has another Kalanite Assassin and a Dreadlord with a sword and crossbow. Okay, the other Dark Elf has gone for a very interesting build. Very, sneaky. So he's got Dark Riders with repeated crossbows that can be obviously Vanguard deployed, as well as Shades with dual weapons, Vanguard deployed behind our armies, and more Shades with dual weapons. So that will definitely be a surprise to us from the start, as you'll see. The Dwarf has some miners with blasting charges over here to protect our left flank. He's got his Bugman's Rangers up on top of the hill here to fire down into the mess that this area is going to become. And then he has a front line of Dwarf Warriors, Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, and more Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. And some Slayers and an Organ Gun to back them up. He's got his Lord as Belagar Ironhammer, a Runesmith, and also a Thane. So, the Bretonian has two Royal Hippogriff Knights for his anti-armor needs, a Prophetess of Heavens for healing, and then also the Green Knight, which is super damn tanky and will be used in that effect. So, the front line is all foot squires, so reasonably good front line with some peasant bowmen with pox arrows to back them up to debuff anything coming in. And the vampire has two Vargolfs, a front line of Crypt Ghouls backed up by some Graveguard, a White King, two White Kings, which are a melee specialist, okay, and then Helman Gorst on his crypt cart, or bone cart. Okay, let's see how this goes. So, obviously, from the start, the vampires are going to march on up, and the Chaos are trying to come around this left flank, which is what we thought they would do. I decide to start sending my guys over to this left flank to help out and take them out, but we do end up realizing that there's a whole heap of Vanguard deploy behind us, which is a problem. Everybody starts marching away from this area. The Bugman's Rangers getting some lovely shots on these Dragon Ogres. Very good damage going down there. The blasting charges should be going off shortly. Nope, Colette gets in before the blasting charges even go off. Getting my Royal Hippogriff Knights over here to take out Coleg and hopefully help with getting rid of some of these Dragon Ogres. And the rest of my army marching over that way too to help out. So Royal Hippogriff Knights flying over the top, trying to get into the backs of these Chaos Spawn. And we are going to have an engagement going down here very shortly with the vampires and dark elves. So, decent damage going in on this Crypt Ghoul fodder. A Blade Wind going in but missing most of the army, so wasn't very well cast. And now we have realised that there are these Vanguard deployed armies behind us. So I've turned a Pox arrow around. One of my Pox arrows got chased off because of it. And the Vargulfs have gone back to help. So my Foot Squires are over here. I'm charging them in now to attempt to take this out as quickly as we possibly can. Probably not the best match for Foot Squires, but the Prophetess of Heavens being used to pretty good effect there. The spell kinda missed, which wasn't the intention. But yeah, armies being brought back, so dwarves coming back to help get rid of these, Royal Hippogriff Knights coming back as well, and with the addition of the Green Knight, who's going to be able to tie up a lot of these guys, they get wrapped up pretty quickly. Vargulfs have gotten into these shades. They will not do very well against Vargulfs because of the fact they only have dual weapons, which is anti-infantry. And my Royal Hippogriff Knight's getting into these dual weapons as well, which is more anti-infantry. He maybe should have brought some anti-large if he wanted them to work a little better. Massive fight going down on the front here. The Graveguard haven't gotten in, which is surprising. I would have thought he would have gotten them in a little quicker. Some Graveguard being summoned behind, which is nice. Graveguard still haven't gone in, but we have been able to push back the Chaos Warriors over this side, or the Chaos. So I'm realigning my Foot Squires over here to march around and hopefully get into the backs of these Dark Elves. The Dark Elves Vanguard's been cleared off. As soon as I started routing, they just started running off the battlefield. So it probably wasn't the best idea from the Dark Elf there. He did get his Dark Riders away though, which was good. Yep, so the Bugman Rangers just getting to fire as much as they want on these Dragon Ogres. Taking them out quite effectively. Oh, a nice hit from the Hell Cannon there. Very well done. Will it hit again? No, it missed that time. Okay, massive fight going down here now. Oh, Pit of Shades. That is doing a lot of damage to this Graveguard. I don't know if that was cast by... That can't have been cast by the Vampire. Otherwise that was a very bad cast. The Vargulfs chasing off these Dark Riders. They should be able to deal with them. Tie them up for good. The Organ Gun has moved over and has clear line of sight on almost anything it wants to hit. Probably should try get rid of those Chaos Warhounds before they get in there. But it looks like the Chaos Warhounds are going to get into that Organ Gun, get rid of it. These Shaggoths and Dragon Ogres are being taken care of by the Royal Hippogriff Knights, and then also the Bugman's Rangers. They're getting absolutely slaughtered. And my Foot Squires are slowly marching around to get into the backs of these guys here. Oh, another nice hit on the Bugman's Rangers, but not take them out quite quick enough. They've been able to get rid of all of their ammunition. So with the last of those Dark Elves cleaned up in the back here, the Dwarves can get back into the front line once again. And hopefully my Green Knight will get running into some of these guys over here shortly. My fully healthy Foot Squires that didn't get much of a battle coming around, gonna catch out these Black Ark Corsairs, Royal Hippogriff Knights tying them up. And it looks like the battle's starting to be wrapped up. There's not much left. for our opponents. I did attempt to get my Poxman arrows, our Pox arrows, to help out, but they did get wiped out by the last few shots of that Hell Cannon. Being chased off the battlefield there. Another Pit of Shades going down. That has to be being cast by... Don't know why you'd cast it on an armoured troll though. That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, Green Knight chasing off these Dark Riders. He's got quite a bit of missile... Oh no, he doesn't have missile resistance. He's got straight up... No, okay. I think it's magic physical resistance. Yeah, so that works well for him too. Physical resistance. I think it's like 70% or something. Physical resistance. Foot Squires getting in. Surprised I didn't get them into those ham bows. Thought I did. Obviously not. Ah, these last ones are getting into there. There we go. Okay, so Coleg being surrounded by some Wraith Kings, Bugman's Rangers, Graveguard. He's going to be slowly whittled down over there. And we're kind of just chasing and wrapping everything up now. So there's not a lot left. Just these Dark Riders, which have been trapped by the Foot Squires. Bit of an interesting choice to run them into those. They were chasing the Royal Hippogriff Knights though, so that could have been a misclick. Prophetess of Heavens safely up back. And Coleg has been chased off. So there's not a lot left now. Just a Dreadlord, some Harpies, a few Dark Riders, a few Hambos. Should be wrapping up this pretty quickly. Yep, as you can see, once the rest of the armies come in here, the Dark Riders are being beaten up quite nicely. Everyone's a little slow to react by the looks of it. Completely forgot about the Pox Archers up the back. But that's the end of the battle. We get a Pyrrhic victory. Okay, so not that many kills on the Green Knight. But I did end up doing a lot of chasing. So that's probably not the best look at what he can do. Mind you, he generally tends to be more of a tank and let other things do the damage. The vampire counts averagely doing damage, not a crap ton of damage, but getting a little bit. There was a lot of units. That organ gun massacred a lot of units by the looks of it. The Dark Elf forward deployment did actually do alright, but for all the units he spent, they didn't really do enough to be worth it. Coleg Sun Eater, of course, getting a lot of kills, and the Hell Cannon also, because of the fact that it was left to fire for the whole game. The Dragon Ogres probably didn't get the best match they could have against Royal Hippogriff Knights, but they did the best they could. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye!